going on, guys? Sharpening up some chisels. This one they had, and it looked like they were chopping cement with it. So the end was like flat, so I had to put a whole new bevel on it. And got it nice and shiny. I got that beautiful see reflection in it. And the back was actually bellied a little bit in the middle, which sucks because it takes forever to grind. I'd rather have them crowned the other way with the metals high around the edge. A lot quicker to sharpen. But I got this so sharp that you can shave with it. And I bought a set of Harbor Freight chisels just to show you that. I mean, although the type of metal does matter because it'll stay sharper longer, but you can get this to work just as good as the best chisel in the world, as long as you have an edge on it. I did the same with these, and unfortunately all of these were bellied in the middle, so it took a lot of work to get this flat. But once you get this perfectly flat, it becomes a $50 chisel. And I use 300 grit on this side, diamond encrusted. They basically heat up the nickel and they press the diamonds in, so it's kind of like an iceberg sticking out of the ice, but most of it's buried and just a little tip on the top is sticking out, and it'll last virtually forever. I mean, I'll never have to buy another one. 300 on one side, 1,000 on the other. That's all you really need. And then you follow it up with a leather strap. On the leather strap, I'll use a heavy-duty metal cleaner, cleaning stick, and I'll use the rough side of the leather. Just put a little on there, and then I'll take the polish, which is usually green, and I'll put that on the other side, just like that. Now, I do them by hand, but you can get, and I actually have one coming just to make it easier. It's a jig that holds this exactly. There's a little wheel under the middle like that, and it holds it exactly, and it won't move. So you can get these perfect. I get them perfect anyway, but it's just a lot easier. And I just finished up this one. This was a Harbor Freight, and it was very dull. I tried to use it just out of the box, and it was like a joke. But it's perfectly flat now. I mean, and that's another thing about these. There's no maintenance. It's not like a stone where you have to reflatten them. It stays flat, perfectly flat, and it makes the backs of these. That's important. A lot of people just concentrate on this edge. That's not good, because that's not the only cutting edge. This is the cutting edge too. A lot of old timers will tell you, "Oh, don't sharpen the back." Yes, sharpen the back. You'll shave your arm hair off with a Harbor Freight tool. And basically, I use a little bit of Windex works because it won't rust the metal. I did that one already. So. This was actually a very good chisel. I mean, it looks like shit, but it's another Swedish chisel. For some reason, they like Germany or like Sweden. They seem to have really good metal in their chisels. Very hard. I sharpened these not too long ago, so I don't even need to use the 300 grit side. So I don't have to do too much work on this. And every single one of these, I spent about an hour on each one making the backs flat. You want to get this side, take care of this side just as well. Now it's getting like a little bit of a slurry there. Like I said, I did it already, so I don't have to go too nuts. Perfectly flat. Now, if you want, you don't really have to, but just kind of helps it move along just a little quicker. I got some 3000 grit sandpaper. wet it down the same shit, Windex. If you want to use an oil, you can, but like a WD-40 or something, I'm sure it'll work just fine. Windex seems to work real good. And this stone is made by Trend. I'm not trying to plug their company or anything, but it's pretty good. They make them very well. They're about $100. But like I said, you never gotta buy another one. You can throw everything else out and just keep these and the leather strap. This is my old workout leather strap. Don't need that shit no more. You know what I mean? Damn it, see, sometimes you rip into the sandpaper. I'm not paying attention. Okay, that's good. I got my nice edge back. Even if you don't use them, you leave them out there, they just get like a little dull, like, So now I go over to my heavy brown stuff, drag it backwards. Of course, you don't want to go forward with it. And go over to the green. Flip over to the smooth side. It's hard to tell if I'm showing it. You're good on here. If it looks kind of... Right, can you kind of see how beautiful that edge is? Very, very flat. Can you see my reflection in there? Once you achieve that, you can shave your arm hair with it. So, that's it. Trend stone, 300 grit on one side, fast work, and it works fast. Flip it over to 1,000. 3,000 grit if you want. You don't have to, but if you want, it just helps to make it a little bit quicker on the leather. The brown dark, it's really more of like a metal cleaner, and then the green is the polish. And you put those on here, and then the final is on the back of this. So I have all of these to do, but I'm waiting for my jig to come because it's a lot quicker, and I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And then next we're doing this bad boy. But I did this by hand, and it cuts so good. It gives that like wisp, and you get the nice thin curls coming out the top. It's beautiful. This is my grandfather's. It's just a Stanley, so it's not that great. I reshaped it. I got everything perfectly flat. Actually, I did some of the work on this because it's so flat. I just ran it, back and forth, and I turned it into, from a $70 plane to a $500 plane, just by reshaping it, making it perfect, and it cuts beautiful. If you know how to sharpen right, and straighten that kind of shit out, you don't need to spend all that money on fucking, expensive stuff. Get cheap stuff. And why am I hunching over and talking? I can just move it like this. This is the way I roll. But that's it, guys. I just wanted to show you how I sharpen. I'm show you guys have your own ways. I'm sure you have much better ways or much worse ways. I don't know. But if you could take something that was being used for concrete, and you could look at it and you can see my reflection of the camera looking back at you. This one's even better. See that? You can see my I love you, I love New York shirt. I'm not really loving New York too much these days, but you know what I mean, peeps? So that's it. Alright, nice and flat. Both sides, not just one. Alright, y'all have a good night now. Have fun tomorrow on Monday. Yay. Later, guys.